These are animals sleeping after feeding on Super Napier, yeah? They are now sleeping superly. Look at the way they are sleeping well. The entire system, these are line, they are sleeping. To this other side, they are still sleeping. Now they are making milk, eh? Remember the way animals are sleeping in this manner, so that tells you that they are making a lot of milk, eh? Chewing cud, digesting every other thing, and from that we actually get plenty of milk, eh? Hello guys, welcome back to Lumumba Junior, yeah? Good morning, good evening, good night. Wherever you are, just feel welcome. If you are a new subscriber, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember I told you that I've come to benchmarking, yeah? Now today you can see these kirende. Do you see these kirende? The three of us, eh? We are just going to talk about something like something called Super Napier. The topic for discussion. Remember, Super Napier is a game changer. Since it came, it has actually embraced both animal keeping and production thing, eh? So today I'm just going to train you about Super Napier, where it originated from Thailand. I have to explain the entire topic. Here we know it. You can either even call it Super Napier or you call it Pakchong. So today, guys, just chill. We are going to discuss about that topic in lengthy. So we are on our way to the farm and doing the entire thing. See the way Steven is happy, yeah? Steven, yeah? This is Kirende now, yeah? This is Steven. You can see here Mr. Cleophas with a panga. Steven with a... you have a phone in your hand. Then we have here actually, this is what is going to carry this Super Napier for today, yeah? Now let me now show you Super Napier. This is it. This is now the Super Napier. The whole of this shamba is made of Super Napier. Have a look at it. This is all of it. Super Napier, yeah? Here we have a lot of Super Napier. Yeah, guys, this Super Napier. So today we are going to learn about Super Napier. Let's now start. Yeah, guys, you can now see Mr. Steven cutting this Super Napier here. Yeah, you see how they are cutting. Eh? This is how to cut these things from downwards. So today about this Super Napier, so I'll talk comprehensive about Super Napier, also known as Pakchong. Today we will explore one of the most transformative fodder option for modern livestock farming. So whether you are a livestock keeper, vet student, or any agro entrepreneur, you are most welcome, so that we can dig deep in this topic for today. Here is the Super Napier that this. So a small history about the Super Napier. Yeah? So Super Napier is a hybrid grass created by cross between pear millet and Napier grass. Yeah, you know something about, you take these genes for this plant, then with the genes from other plant. This is a Napier grass and with the pear millet. Then the byproduct is, just feel welcome and see this about Super Napier. So this means that this hybrid developed in Thailand, which combines best both parent species, the robustness and high yield of Napier, which is nutritional density and resilience for pear millet. It increases being adopted across all countries are now adopting this thing. Actually, they have embraced this Super Napier in plenty, because almost all farmers now they have this Pakchong. You can now see me next to this Pakchong. You can see the way they are. Yeah, actually you can appreciate this. This is packaging. You can see now here Mr. Cleophas putting the Napiers in a sack, then carry it to where we will feed our animal. You will see what we will do. We'll use a chaff cutter that we cut. I told you that how to increase milk production from 15 liters to 50 plus 40 plus liters with all these things that I'm training you about. A farm where we milked. You have seen how production is very high. I want to take you slow by slow what we feed these animals the entire day, because I'm here for the whole week benchmarking, training you guys about actually embracing this transformative thing. Tell you an history about this. So I'll tell you 5 key aspects of this plant. As you can see this plant here. So I'll go to tell you about the characteristics. I'll start with characteristics, the way you can see these ones. Then nutrition value, plant and propagation, management and harvesting. Then the benefits to the ant self. When I talk about benefit, so that's what I talk about: animal production, animal nutrition, and the entire stuff. Just have a look. You know, these things they don't wash out. We told that they don't irritate the skin as compared to those other nani. So for these, we cut them anytime. Like now, it is in Kenyan time. We are what is the time right now? Let me just check. It is around 4 p.m. Yeah. Now these are. That is 4 p.m. So I'll start with the characteristics as we are observing these napier. So Super Napier is tall. You can see the way they are tall. So these ones are very tall. You can see even the stems. So it can grow up to 2 to 4 meters tall in just 60 to 75 days under optimal condition. The rapid growth, actually this is why the farmers like this type of plant, because they can grow very fast. This is a rapid growth because within 60 to 75 days you cut this crop, then you go to the animal. Then another thing, it has a high biomass yield, because you can see only these. I don't know what we call these. This stem here, we have more than 10 of them. Only here more than 10. Only here more than 10. So this means that it can produce up to 250 to 300 tons of green fodder per acre per year when well managed. This means 3 to 4% as compared to the normal napier grass that we used to grow maybe in the homestead. You know, we have those napier grass that we used to raise. Then we can now dive deep here, and remember that they have thick and broad leaves. You see that the way it is thick. Let me touch one of the leaves here. You can see it is very thick and broad. This is what we call broad leaves. Very thick and broad leaves. So with that, actually that means it means that the stems are less, and actually that means high leaf as compared to stem ratio, making them soft, palatable and digestible, and stems are less fibrous, and with the less hair. Remember I told you something about hair, they don't really irritate. We can just see the whole stem, the way it is low. It looks very good. It looks very good. Mr. Steven is here doing very fast. You can see he's cutting a lot of them. So for these napier, once planted, they can last up to 5 to 7 years with good maintenance. Like here you can see we're giving it good maintenance. We have manures here. This is manure from here. Then we put the manure so that at least we can put to enhance growth and that thing. And their root system is deep, extensive root, making them tolerate the drought. So this means once planted this, in the next you can cut it 5 to 7 days, and actually it is very hardy. It can grow where there is drought. Once it reaches down, because the roots have penetrated through the soil. So that means, I'll tell you what is this. These are some burn. I'll tell you the cause of these, where the challenge comes from. Mr. Steven is cutting this. Another thing is pest and disease resistance. Generally resistant to many diseases affecting ordinary napier. Something like napier stand and head smut disease. I really suspect this thing, something it is just wilting. It can come from maybe too much of manure. I think these people just put a mature that is not well decomposed. That is why it is wilting from the tips. You can see we have that challenge here. Here, not even one, we have several of them. So this one, we have to do what it needs so that at least, but for the rest of the farm, it does very well. You can see the rest of the farm. Now I'm going to talk about nutritional value This is what a lot of people are waiting. In terms of Super Napier has been believed to have around 16 to 18%. No any other grass family can have that much of CP. CP in full is crude protein, so these are crude protein out of it. So that means when harvested at the right time is when you can get that. Typical around 60 to 75 days, as compared to the local Napier contains a crude protein of around actually around 8 to 10%. So this means that this has a lot of protein in this Napier. And in terms of total digestible nutrients, where we have approximately 65 to 70%, meaning high energy yield from fodder, promoting fast growth and increased milk. You see that the calf that I showed you, sometimes I told you guys I have a problem with the chest. So you see, like the calf that I was showing you, you can see a 3 months calf, but you can see, let me show you about something. Now the bicycle is doing its work. So there it is, just cut, carry and feed to the animal. Before we feed this animal, I have to take you through some other things that we usually do. Listen, back to this farm, I was just showing you how the motorcycle is carrying that. So I was telling you about promoting fast growth and increasing milk output. The way I've told you, I've seen animals that produce more than. When I say more than, it means more than the liters of milk that I was talking about. 40 plus liters. So in terms of dry matter, it only contains around 20 to 25 dry matter, which is suitable for livestock digestion and absorption, which is helping at maybe making a lot of silage from this Napier. I think one day we will make silage from this Napier, because with this, but you know, when you're making silage from this Napier, there are some things that you have to put, something like maybe molasses, something only actually to add something like sugar, that is sucrose, because molasses contains sucrose and that energy. We have to put some things like maybe maize jam. I'll tell you the reason why we are putting those things while making those things and the entire thing while making silage from these Super Napier. Another thing, they are low of oxalate. So this means local Napier actually had a lot of high oxalate that cause calcium binding and lead to health issues like milk fever. The way we talked about calving animals, this, remember I told you milk fever can be nutrition. Actually, it is a nutritional thing. So even these oxalate levels can cause milk fever. So Super Napier significantly lowers oxalate content, making it safer. Then even for these some essential minerals, because it is grown from the ground and the entire thing, it has some calcium levels, phosphorus levels, some magnesium, some zinc, because you know it absorbs these. So you guys, you must have that in mind, that it has all those even trace minerals. And what about the feeding benefit? We have talked about being milk booster in terms of production, and it has been documented, which increases around 20 to 40%. Another thing, it enhances reproductive health in breeding stock. So once we talk about reproductive health, that means it can induce something like if the animal has health challenges, this can use to actually bring them back very good. Another thing is about faster weight gain in beef and meat animals. So for beef and healthy and the animal that we keep, they can grow very fast because it has some protein in it. Remember we talked about crude protein, and protein vital role in terms of growth and repair of bones. Then it improves appetite and feed conversion efficiency. So this means it can be fed fresh or wilted or part of mixed ration. What mixed ration? So mixed ration is the TMR. I talked about TMR when we are talking about feeding productional needs. So I'm going to talk about planting, planting and propagation. So this means so Super Napier can be propagated through the stem. You now let me just take one piece, then I show you what I mean being propagated from the stem. This is the stem. You cut if you are just doing we have, yeah, this is the stem. You either cut you see here the separating point here and then here. You can either choose cutting here or you choose cutting here. Yeah, you choose cutting here, maybe some two stem. Remember, roots propagate from the stem. Now you see here is work with work. The motorcycle is back. We are increasing labor, so other people are coming, so that we make sure we cut these Super Napier that you can actually sustain this animal. Yeah? Remember, we said that we are supplementing with greens so that it can give it vitamins and other health benefit. So when planting, you have to do these things. Land preparation. You have to plow your land well. You see, like this land is free from dirt and the entire thing. And make sure that you create a fine tilt, incorporating manure inside. You can see that manure there. You incorporate manure from let's say from there, then you make something like I don't know when we will start planting these people start planting, so that we come give you content on that. Then cutting preparation. So after selecting the manure, then disease free stem from the healthy plant, like here these are healthy plant. You can see their stem, they are not infected in any way. Let me just show you. You cut around 2 to 3 nodes. The way I showed you, cut 2 to 3 nodes. Then you should avoid drying. Then you plant in as fresh as possible for better germination. Yes guys, you can see. Yeah, have a look at this. When planting, just place cutting horizontal. So that means you can put them actually, what you can do, you can place them, I think after digging something like a hole, you make them lie inside, then you put some light soil on top. Then another thing that you can do, that when you are planting, you make sure that it's with 1 to 2 inches. You know, when you plant them, I think you place them down. Make sure that you put light soil around 1 to 2 inches, so that when they start propagating, they start germinating. It pushes the soil very easily. And the recommended spacing is about 3 feet between the rows. So this means I'll use just my gumboots here. Let me just show you my legs. When we talk about 2 feet, around 3 feet, 3 feet just from here up to here. This space, this is between the row, and actually between plant to plant, you just put 2 feet. 2 feet is just this distance. Just a small stride. See, now I've just put a small stride. Then you can even do water immediately after planting. The reason for water to enhance faster germination. Remember, for germination we require water, we require media of growth, which is soil for our this one. We require manure, that is for fertility. Then with that, and we require good air. This crop will generate very well. Especially in dry region, do a lot of irrigation, maybe 2 times a week during after establish. Yes. So with that, then you can even apply fertilizer. So the fertilizer that we are going to apply in our scenario, maybe when you are planting to this area, you can apply K, and not only any other NPK. You have to put NPK with a ratio of 17 to 17 to 17. So that means nitrogen 17, phosphorus 17, and potassium 17. We are just learning. So this means maybe 50 to 75 kg per acre after 2nd to 3rd month. You can now see Steven is just working on everything. Then I want to talk about you can think about mulch, and you have to make sure that you control weeding. Putting some mulch, so that means you avoid the direct rays from the sun. Like this time it wants to rain. You see, we have a lot of rains here, so that's why they're cutting this thing at this time. Then I'm going to talk about management and harvesting. So here is what we are now doing today. Steven is just harvesting this napier. Weed management can be done after every 4 to 6 weeks after planting. Once a committee is formed, weeds will naturally be suppressed. Like this one, you see they have formed a canopy. This is what we call a canopy. Then you can see here down we don't have weeds because they are suppressed. And what about pest and disease control? They are relatively resistant to pest and disease, but you have to watch on the stem for stem borers. Stems borers, they attack here, this side of stems, and the root system, and even aphids and fungal leaf spot, you can see them. Yeah, sometimes you have to use biopesticide and insecticide soap when necessary. You can control the entire thing with pesticide and maybe even the biopesticide and insecticidal soap, so that to kill these or insects. You see here, men are at work. You carry, you take to the motorcycle, and they are being transported to this one. So for harvesting, it is now harvested around 60 days to 75 days. Planting, and if they're mature enough, which this means subsequent harvesting like this is being done today, you can just do it 45 days to 60 days depending on the growth and season. Like now I've told you we have rains, so that means this Super Napier will grow very fast. Then about feeding and storage, so we are going to look at the way these things will be chopped. They have to be chopped with a machine. So I'll go there, show you how they are being chopped, and after being chopped I'll show you how they are being folded. Now I've just talked everything about what we do here in the farm. The rest of the topic we'll discuss in the farm levels when I'll be there, when we cut and the entire thing, if we recommend wilting. Mr. Steven, yes, what can you say about this napier? Let him say something about this napier, because the one who kazi kwa vijana, kila mtu ni kazi huko. What can you say about this napier?
Hii Super Napier kwa na maziwa.
Yes.
Na maji. Sababu wekwe maji.
Yes.
Ndio kuja haraka.
Yes, you have heard from Mr. Steven. Mr. Steven has said that this Super Napier has a lot of milk production increases once they started using it. That is a submission from a client. Me, I have not submitted anything. So it increases production, and in terms of it requires watering, so that it can grow faster. Even I can see a pipe here. Let me show you guys pipe. There is advanced weather. You can see there is pipe here, so that these plants are being irrigated for some time. So me, I'm heading back to the farm. Well, tell you where these things are placed. Then we dive deep to the entire process. So I'm stepping on this manure. So as I am progressing to this farm, so here is now they're tying it on the motorcycle so that work can proceed. It has been an entertaining thing, and now we are progressing to the farm. So let us go to the farm and see how this entire thing works out. Remember, I mean, working issue, benchmarking, and the entire thing. So that is Super Napier. Today I'm handling about Super Napier. Let's go see where they've placed this Super Napier. Then we meet at that point. Guys, this is the place where this Napier was being brought here by the motorcycle. Here to the chopper. You can see now we have our chopper here. So when we look at this chopper, it is cutting around 2 to 4 inches. It depends on where it is chopping. So we are chopping this way so that we can avoid choking the animal. Now you can see. Yeah, that is Mr. Anthony who is putting these things on the chaff cutter. It is being cut this way. Guys, you have seen the way that it is being cut. As you can see in the background, there is where the entire thing is being cut by chaff cutter, so that it avoids choking the animal. Sometimes when you have some legumes such as the Desmodium, you can just combine them there so that they can be chopped together. So the reason for chopping this one is just for avoiding something like choking. And once ready for there, the animals will be taking that feed to where they are feeding, so that it can supplement we can supplement them with these greens. So I'll be heading where we expect where these napier to be taken after being chopped, so that you can see the way animals will celebrate eating those chopped greens together with the rest of the diet. As you can they are preparing the diet food for now, so that the animals can be fed on. Yeah, it's just movement by movement, movement by movement. Every other person is very busy. So once they bring those greens here, I'll show you how this animal will react. Hello guys, we are just from the chopper. The chaff cutter has just chopped this Super Napier to this portion. Now you can see the animals are now fed on this Super Napier. They are really enjoying in feeding this type of a meal. Very nutritious. Remember, I talked about the protein levels in these Super Napier and the entire thing. Yeah, you can now see these animals eat with a lot of ease. Remember, we are just supplementing greens so that they can get vitamins. And apart from vitamins, I also told you other components that we have in this Super Napier, like the minerals and the entire thing. Yeah, I told you about this man. Now see, this smart is biting my cloth. Yeah? This smart is very good animal, very friendly. Yeah, I was passing here, it just pulled my cloth, so it wants to keep me there. Yeah, look the way they are feeding in this Super Napier. Yeah, healthy stock, good animals. Yeah, look the way they are feeding on Super Napier. They can't remove their heads down feeding. Yeah, the same to those ones. Look the way they are feeding on Super Napier. Yeah, this is how they are being fed for supplementation. Yeah, with Super Napier. Yeah, you can see that is Adeline. Adeline is just licking salt. Yeah, you eat as you lick salt. Super Napier for animals. Yeah, very healthy stock. They're enjoying this meal. You see, like these ones, they want to finish. Remember, I told you on how to feed these animals so that you can get 40 plus liters for every animal. Like these ones, we have, I told you, we have an average of 30 liters. Yeah, so we have animals that produce 50 plus. We have animals that are almost going to dry, that produce less than 30 liters. But our average production here is about 30 liters. They are being fed as kings. Yeah, that is what I can just say about feeding on Super Napier, as you have seen the way they are enjoying it. So what I can just tell you about Super Napier as I am concluding this video for today, what benefit that these Super Napier have to farmers and livestock. Yeah, one of the things is the high yield, which is equals to cost saving. Yeah, which reduces dependency on commercial feed, because we talked about the protein levels here, other levels of maybe carbohydrate levels in these, about fibers also we talked about. So instead of buying the commercial feed to supplement these animals, yeah, you get that we have given them Super Napier so that we can supplement that. Another thing is about boosting production. Yeah, the way I've told you that these animals, average production of around 30 liters. Yeah, it is being full because even we have the Super Napier. Another thing we talked about drought tolerance when we were in the farm level, where we talked on how they are very tolerant to the drought because of their deep roots underground, and how we do irrigation to them. Another thing is about low maintenance, because it is very hard for them to be attacked with pests and diseases. Another thing is just about multi-cut advantages. That means that you plant only one time, then multiple harvest for years. Remember, we said you can harvest for around 5 to 10 years consecutively. Yeah, when the production is very high. Yeah, another thing you can get that when I was in my entire clips, I've told you that sometimes like these animals are being fed on silage, which come from this Super Napier, which means that this is an excellent for silage due to their high sugar and dry matter content. Another thing is about adaptability. They grow in any diverse soils and altitude. So that's it, and also it has environmental benefits, which they act as prevent aeration and the entire thing. So guys, we have seen how Super Napier is a game changer to this livestock enterprise, by obtaining optimum production and the entire thing, guys. Let's plant Super Napier, let's make them good, let's feed our animal. Remember, I go by the name Lumumba Junior, the animal lover himself, yeah? I can just give you a thumbs up for now. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can learn, and learn. Thank you for now. Goodbye, my people. Till in the next episode. I can just salute you guys. Kudos.